let's continue onward. Good morning, my kin. The place I noticed earlier. Let me illuminate the way. I think he just calls us kin because we're also a reader. I think that's all it is. Wilfred indicates you can await the next cycle of the rites here. Wilfred leads all of you into a calm and quiet clearing, tucked away inside one of the mountain's hidden folds. All about you, you see a variety of strange items and equipment. Bide your time. You wish to speak? You find Wilfred seemingly lost in thought, but then he turns to you. Greetings, reader. This wagon and I, we've many memories together, and I could not help reliving some of them just now. I suppose some aspects of my past may be of relevance to you, given your role. If there is something you wish to know, you need but ask. Ask what he did to earn his sentence. Ask why the Nightwings disbanded. Ask how he knows the Lone Minstrel. Why did they disband? You express interest in knowing more of how the Nightwings came to be here and Wilfred's past connection to the group. I've been connected to the Nightwings almost since the beginning of my days in exile. They found me in a manner, as I understand, quite like how Hedwyn and the others found you. Back then, it was a smaller group than we have now. I joined an exile called Yrsa, and another called Ulrich. Once in a while, we let little Tizzo stand with us as well. He is rather older than he looks. The other triumvirates we stood against, they feared us. Only the Tempers presented any threat to us in any given right. But there was a terrible accident. Yrsa, we lost her, and Ulrich, he was my friend. He fell from Mount Audeliel. We lost him as well, on the night he was to be free. We were reckless, hasty, and I was powerless to stop any of it. I blamed the rites themselves, the circumstances that put us into danger. The downside has claimed many lives, yet it was too much. I vowed never again to don the mask and remnants. I had the black wagon cleared and buried, such that it could not be used again. If the Nightwings would rise again, it would be under different circumstances, under new leadership, and towards a different purpose. That is all I wish to say of this, my kin. Oh, we actually get to ask him more questions. How do you know the minstrel? He asked Wilfred about his history with the lone minstrel, whom he seems to know quite well. Tarig was there with the Nightwings when they took me on. His manner has always been much as how you've seen, although he is somewhat more cheerful now than I recall back then, if you can believe that. I think our plan has sparked a little fire in him. He serves the Rites and the Nightwings. I have tried to ask him of his past before, but he seems rather reluctant to speak of it, though it is plain he's not from around here. This being the downside, I respect his wishes for some privacy. Nonetheless, although I do not know too much of him, I count him as a friend. I lost track of him for some time, though it was he who first informed me that the Nightwings had returned. He and Tizzo were instrumental in our meeting. It has been good to see him doing relatively well. Anyway, was there anything else you wish to talk about for now? Sure. We asked Wilfred about his past in the Commonwealth and how it is he came to be in the downside. How rather forward of you, my kin. Most of whom I have met during my travels here have been reluctant to approach the subject of one's history before one's exile. Nonetheless, I am happy to tell you. As a reader, I assume you are familiar with the stamping press. I owned and operated one. An illegal invention allowing written materials to be published at an extraordinary rate. I took issue with the Commonwealth, the ban on literacy, The interminable wars against the high-wing remnants. I spread the truth about it all with my machine. Under pseudonym, of course. Still, I knew I was putting myself at risk, and sure enough, my stamping press was eventually discovered and burned to the ground. I, however, managed to elude capture for a while. But not for long enough. Here in the downside, I chanced upon the Nightwings, who were searching for a reader. In that respect, my past, I think, is similar to yours. Anyway, that is the long and short of it. Now then, was there anything else? It's fairly open. Has to be excused. You thank Volfred for his time and bid him a good rest of the afternoon. Likewise to you, reader. Be well. Okay. Let's bide our time. Everyone, the amenities are modest here at Moonlight Alcove, but I suggest that you get comfortable. We may be here for some time. As for myself, I have some business to attend to. Please leave the wagon in my care for now. It shall be ready when you need it next. From the mountaintop, you can see all across the downside. Its impossible expanse staring back at you. The thought occurs to you that you may never see another land besides it. And so you and your companions wait upon the mountaintop in quiet solitude, anticipating when the cycle of the rites begins to turn again. Then you shall have another opportunity to free one of your own. You may earn back their freedom one by one. Many moons pass. Then one evening, I have a moment, reader. The Lone Minstrel finds you poring over the Book of Rites, as has been your leaning through your stay at this abode. Begging your pardon, but there is something you may wish to see. Please follow me. You follow him into the cold night. Look forth, reader. The stars shine like you've never seen. Once more the path toward salvation is revealed, but now something is different. Seek now your destination. Wait, what? Each prior time you searched the stars, they showed you a single path, but now several rites avail themselves to you at once. Henceforth, you may choose from several different rites. The silver star is faint over the nest of Teresta. You're not permitted to conduct the next rite here, okay? What are the ones? Okay. The withdrawn. Oh! That tribe. These guys again. Oh, and you guys. Maybe we should go back here. I feel a little bad going up against them again. It would be nice to get Sir Gillum out here against these guys. And I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry. Let's go do this. The stars urge that we go to the cairn of Haub, a long way off. Volfred, sir, how are we to reach the cairn of Haub in due course of time? You know full well, Tariq, preparations are complete. You think you see the Lone Minstrel smile ever faintly, but cannot be sure. Please ask the others to gather their belongings, rest, and then assemble at the wagon, there at dawn. We shall be departing at that time. As you will, sir. The cycle begins anew. As the years advanced, you'll find there ought to be fewer rites. This time, until once more we are to traverse the Scribe's Gate. Exactly how many it is difficult to say, but our next chance at liberty ought to present itself much sooner than before. So let's be ready for it. Now then, see you in the morning, reader. Your companions have not traveled far from Moonlight Alcove. Word of the news soon spreads throughout the group. Let's continue onward. Next morning, Volfred calls everyone together before the Black Wagon. This old wagon is more than it appears. With Bertrude's aid, it escorted you across the sea to me. Now it shall escort us anywhere the stars require. Come and see. Volfred beckons you to join him in the wagon. Something has changed about the wagon's interior. What looked before to be old cracks and signs of age now expose various intricate components once hidden from view. You are the Nightwings. You should travel in their customary way. He turns to you, indicating levers and devices marked with symbols from the book. Now, reader, whenever you're ready, you may take us up. I'll show you how. And everyone else, hang on to something. Take off. All right, let's do this. And we fly. After having soared into the sky, the Black Wagon remains aloft somehow. Never thought I'd soar like this again. Can't believe it. By the Under King! The Nightwings sail the skies again, wheresoever the stars may call for them. There is one catch. The downside provides few locales suitable for landing. Though we shall be able to find at least a couple landing places near to where we're going. We'll then make way by land or sea toward our destination. Now without further ado, let us proceed. Black Wagon can fly. Alright, let's go. Oh, this is cool. Oh, I get to steer it. Yeah. Off the map we go. Hold R2 to the boost. What is that? You overhear Sir Deluge in a full-on panic as his fellow Worm Knights attempt to calm him down. What do you mean it was the Nightwings? We are not to face them and are coming right again, are we? At some point, he realizes your wagon is aloft, beside his own. You Nightwings! This night shall not forgive you this transgression! Once we prevailed against whichever adversaries are doomed to face us next, then we shall come for you! Ugh. Why must this knight be forced to fly so far above the land and sea? I almost feel bad for him. Boost! Don't worry, Sir Deluge, you're next. This is pretty damn cool, to be honest. Whee! Oh my gosh. I crashed right into him. Oi, what the bloody blazes! Barker notices your wagon at his flank there and begins to laugh. Well, if it isn't the Nightwings flaunting their fancy little flying wagon, aye? You think you're better than us, mates, aye? Pah, you ain't better than the dung I stepped in last night. Now get out of here. I have a mind to leap on over there and rip your gizzards out. Do you hear me? Again? Yes. I don't like you. Excuse me. I didn't go the right way. Forbidding Karen of Habab lies below. Not many exiles see fit to cross beyond it. Some fear that the listless remains of Shak's six shoulders shall snatch them up if they attempt to cross. Others simply do not wish to pass through flagging hands. The bone-thin titan slain by the scribe Hab, the swallow. Few know its true significance as we do, although your adversaries, the Fate, should be on their way here now. Soon you shall confront them once again. So everybody was traveling by land while we were traveling... I mean, everybody was traveling by air while we were traveling by sea? By freaking... Ugh. You know what I mean. Okay, so I guess we have to land here. They expressed an interest in seeing how the wild curs in this vicinity are doing. Oh, okay. You touch down on the heart of Yammer Valley, where you first face the Fate and the dissidents. You briefly wonder where they might be now and how they fare. You join your companions for a routine inspection of the wagon following its flight. Ruki confirms the wagon's wheels withstood the shifting temperature and still appear to be in reasonable shape. Tizzo managed to calm some of the drive imps prone to dizziness or frenzy at high altitudes. Other than that, everything checks out and the rest of the crew got through the fight without complaint. You now have a little time before having to set forth by land. The Beyonder Crystal seeks Tizzo. So kill them. Hold on. Waking wood wisps. The wisps inside provide a small, scarce bit of light when is needed, all for a low monthly fee. Keepsake for Black Basin. Singing sands. The so-called singing is the sound of countless screeching wheel mites. Ugh. A keepsake from Jolmor Valley. The Black Wagon is flight capable, though by which means you do not fully grasp yet. What's this? A greystone. Exhibits a fragrant disregard for natural law, thus providing light entertainment. A keepsake from Mount Adaliel. Okay. Let's talk to you. Sir Gillum is shivering there after the Black Wagon's maiden voyage through the skies. Oh. Master Reader, this knight is very slightly out of sorts, is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you that his seeming cowardice is but an optical illusion in this case. Oh, Sir Gilman. The Mytha overhears and joins you. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight. This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it, he has yet to understand. Well, let's see. What is it like to swim the waters of the Sea Dominion? Ah, those glorious murky waters, engulfed in hideous warfare to be sure, but otherwise a joy to cut across, to feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gill slits and the like. Although this knight is now accustomed to his life above the surface. Flying's just the same, Sir Knight. It resists those of us not born to it. I, in turn, have wondered what your seas are like, but the thought of swimming fills me with disgust. Though, I haven't had to swim, and now you have to fly. It's very brave of you, and you handled it better than some harp fledglings I've met in my day. You'll get used to it. She departs, but you sense Sir Gilman is feeling better after the exchange. Oh, I'm totally taking you with me. Taking you with me. Let's open this. Oh, goodness! What is all of this? Once I too roamed free. Words of Jolmor Merrymane, the Alpha Chief. I remember well in those days in which I was called Chief. I traveled all the world over on my 4 good paws, and I was well adored. I wanted to grow stronger. Here at last I have. I shall not mince my words. This place shall either harden you or kill you. It shall haunt you with old memories. You share the exile's plight. My charge is to alleviate the sting of it for you a little bit and to prolong your stay, but only for as long as needed. Your charge is to return. We call this place the downside for a reason, but in time here you can learn to eat, to seek out shelter. and to find a certain beauty in unlikely places. So, observations, living in exile. This is about this guy, right? How do I get to the next pages? Okay. And we were on 23. 17. Mercy shown. And this is living in exile, which is 25. Okay. And I can't flip any more pages. Forsaken Lanos. The words of Molten Melithi the Wild Witch. Years upon long years we spent distilling life essence from many things which all once writhed under the auspices of their mortality, which we ourselves cut short. In this we have no regrets, for we learned much, and so we think did they. We earned the title witch and were forced to flee into the downside. Here we encountered Soliumer, and soon we gained an understanding of each other. He bade us circumnavigate these lands and catalog our findings. We felt a strong desire to expose the secrets of this land. He wished to yield benefit to those who followed in our wake. Indulge us both, then. The downside prairie first appears serene. It is not. The soil there accommodates only the region's brutish native vines and overbrush. The most likely food sources proved poisonous. Thus we journeyed further north. The climate there grew fouler to my senses, though the cur, Yolmir, found it amiable. The sprawling valley, pocked with long, evaporated lakes, gives evidence to the monstrosities which roam this land. We found the region's western edge to be more pleasant on the whole. Therein we found sources of fresh water, whereas over to the east we found the edge of the land's most hideous decay. Mount Adaliel. Gaining the summit of the sacred Mount Adaliel involved no small amount of sacrifice and sorcery in varying proportion. The mountain's energies were palpable, the sensations we felt indescribable. The lands we stood upon were closer to the stars than to the world we knew. It was upon this highest point in all the downside that we first made efforts to concoct this tome, which you now read. It was there that we were stricken with a vision of the cycle of the rites and felt, together, for the first, a sense of freedom unlike any we experienced before. But that is a subject which our comrades shall illuminate in greater detail. Okay, I can't go any further. So it's like we get bits and pieces. It's weird. Celestial landmarks. Do you feel a kinship with the stars? You owe your everything to them, perhaps, one day, even your freedom. I chased the stars across the river of my genealogy until they led me here. I demanded they explain to me the paradox of knowledge, for how is it that something can be shared but still contained within ourselves in its entirety? The stars did not respond, but set me on a quest. I sought the 9 landmarks, which they revealed to me, so that someday I would reveal their mysteries to you. These landmarks, emissaries of the stars, are 9 lenses through which we see the land and see ourselves in a new light. Much can be said about the Sisters of the Arch, whom we banished to the great beyond for deeds irredeemable. Suffice it that the details of their banishment are written in this book. The sisters in the book became inseparable, not unlike the stars, their light in the infinite darkness that engulfs them. The stars communicate to us and you in turn. The words within this book are but an edifice, a simple surface. Look past the text to the hidden meaning, to the hidden power. The stars above, as they are not mere lights, these are not mere words. If you chance upon the Sisters of the Arch within their prison here, give them our thanks. So we have Forsaken Lands, Celestial Landmarks, Living in Exile, The Emperor's Fall, chapters we don't have, The 9 triumvirates, about the founding principles of the exile groups who shall forever conduct the rites. And on the Commonwealth. At first, I found it much too difficult to read and much less to write, even to grasp the quill. But the Horned One, Myr, implored me. He said this is the greatest gift he could give me in return. In return for what? I asked. In return for his life, he said. But I did not save your life, I said. You did, he said. We fought about this still. Myr is stubborn, more than I. Now herein, and by his leave, I chronicle the 9 triumvirates. For I am of this land, unlike the rest, who wish to leave. We knew not every one could leave who wanted. Seldom would the opportunity arise. Thus did we organize those striving for the chance into 9 sets of 3. Oh. Yes, give me more pages. The Beyonders. To call the Beyonders a triumvirate is to stain the others' efforts, yet I am beholden to describe them here. A pack of bandits, loosely organized under the Sisters of the Arch, they traveled all this way into my land to take the Horned One's life, to kill my friend Myr. We thwarted them. We had them at our mercy. Mercy had become imperative to Myr. We spared their lives but banished them to darkness far beyond these lands. Now and forever the Beyonders cling to a beholden duty to confront the true triumvirates whenever they so choose. So whenever the true triumvirates clash, it shall be to their fullest extent. That's it. Just that one. All right. Commonwealth. We the 8 assembled here together in the downside, and we gave our freedom so that you may yet have yours. It is an exchange we have not lightly made. It is my charge to ensure that you, should you regain your freedom, first off, recognize its qualities, and also use it wisely. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. My own wings, I once thought that they could take me anywhere, and then took me here where I am bound. It is your charge to be free, and not to make the same mistakes. Spring from here and learn from what we did, and build a new and great society, a free society, with wings spread wide for everyone. That's it. I can't read any more pages. I've read all the book has for now. Waking Wood Wisps. Oh yeah, we read that one. You have returned, have you? What is it you require? I am here for Ruki. You need but choose among those unenlightened fools with whom you travel. Except I don't choose. Oh, not Ruki, it's Tizo. Proceed. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Tizo. I dare think I remember something of that imp. He certainly stood out from all his ilk, although that really is not saying much. Well, let us bring him forth. Tizo soon appears in heed of the summons. Tizo seems prepared for whatever lies ahead.